Kratos is now available for the PlayStation Vita. Specifically, you can now play God of War 1 and 2 on the PlayStation Vita. Much like my other reviews of remastered games, I will not be reviewing God of War 1 and 2, but rather how well this remaster was made, and in this case, it's not all that great. What you will notice immediately about this remaster is the cut corners, specifically the use of the original PlayStation 2 cutscenes. Yes, they are using what appears to be the original PS2 cutscenes completely untouched. The game will make the necessary disjointed shifts in aspect ratio to accommodate this. It goes without saying that a remastered title should have remastered cutscenes. What you might pick up on later is the heavily compressed audio, or at least that is certainly what it appears to be. For the most part, game dialogue sounds rather fuzzy, and music playing just doesn't have that impact that it should. It sounds filtered and compressed. Though I must say I myself am not a huge audiophile, or have a keen ear for spotting such issues, but perhaps that itself is enough evidence that a self-proclaimed audio noob is spotting the poor audio quality. Kratos, environments, and NPCs themselves all look fine for the most part, though there is nothing exceptional here. There's actually plenty of spots where you will find blurry textures and jagged edges. It certainly looks better than the PlayStation 2 version, and I definitely don't expect it to reach the gorgeous PlayStation 3 version, but we all know that the Vita can do better than this. In terms of frame rate, it's good. God of War 1 holds a steady 30 for the majority of the game. There's dips every so often, but ironically I experienced most of them in situations I didn't expect, like when there wasn't much action going on. Yet larger battles with many on-screen enemies performed well for me. God of War 2 suffered from more frequent dips, but if you are tolerant, it's fine. Now for some reason, navigating the menus on God of War 2 runs painfully slow. Luckily it's only the menus, but the problem itself is very odd. Since this is the Vita, we also have to touch on button mapping. The back touchpad is used for opening chests, doors, or using save points. Front touch when playing God of War 1, for example, has the right side of the screen for activating Sparta's Rage or thrusting forward. The left side of the screen will let you switch to the Blade of Artemis. As expected, I often found myself switching weapons by accident or entering a save screen multiple times by mistake. These aren't major issues, but they're pretty annoying. I found using the back touchpad for chests and doors to be actually quite intuitive, since nothing will happen when you press the back touchpad unless you're actually near those things. I think there's two things to take away from the God of War collection on Vita. Number one is that this is a poor remaster. The audio is compressed, the cutscenes are untouched, and the overall finished look is decent at best. Number two, which is the most important aspect, is that it's fun and playable. This is no performance nightmare. I played both of these games with no major hiccups or dramatic frame rate drops. This was still God of War 1 and 2 fully playable on the PlayStation Vita. It was awesome and I had a good time. If you're buying the God of War collection on Vita to play God of War 1 and 2, you're good to go. If you're buying it to play the best remastered version of God of War 1 and 2, then this is not it.